Hey everyone, thank you so much for joining me today. It's Sarah and welcome to Reality Squad. So I've had a lot of messages and I put out a question on Instagram yesterday. There is this new development in the Jihoon GoFundMe scenario. Deavan has filed a cease and desist letter, and a lot of people are calling the cease and desist letter fake. We're just gonna start right off by saying that everything that I'm talking about in this video is my opinion. I'm not stating anything as fact. I'm not accusing anyone of anything. These are just my opinions, so that's how they should be taken. So I asked if this was a fake cease and desist because, to be perfectly honest, I am not a lawyer. I am not a legal expert. I don't work in any sort of legal field, so I don't know a whole lot about court proceedings or the like. I do watch a lot of Emily D. Baker, but that kind of is akin to me calling myself a doctor if I just Google my symptoms if I'm sick. So I am by no means a legal expert, but guess who also is not a legal expert? Deavan. Who knew? So let's get right into this. So to my surprise, you can actually send a cease and desist letter yourself. You don't need a lawyer to send a cease and desist. The only thing, and I was talking to my best friend who's a paralegal. I texted her yesterday and I was like, so Deavan sent the cease and desist, and my friend, her literal response to me was cease and desist or what? So that is the whole point of this, is the or what. So what if the cease and desist is not adhered to or acknowledged by, and to clarify, this cease and desist letter was sent to Amanda, who is the coordinator of the GoFundMe for Jihoon's legal battle and the international custody battle that you guys know about. You've seen it posted on social media. So she sent a cease and desist to Amanda for what she claims is libel, slander, and defamation. This really surprised me because tons of content creators have made videos about 90 Day Fiance that have included clips of Deavan and Jihoon. I've made videos on Deavan and Jihoon. Other YouTubers have made videos on Deavan and Jihoon. People talk about Deavan and Jihoon on social media a lot. There's Reddit forums out the wazoo, people giving their opinions on Deavan. And as far as I know, no cease and desist letters have been sent to anybody else, just the person that's trying to help Jihoon in this international custody battle. And I definitely have some thoughts on that. But first, let's talk about what actually goes into defamation. Just a cursory internet search, you will find that defamation lawsuits are notoriously hard to win. The reason being is you have to prove a financial loss. So someone can go out and say anything they want about me, but I would have to submit to the court if I wanted to sue someone that I in some way lost money or, in that process. And that is why you're suing, would be to recoup, in theory, financial losses. Otherwise, it's kind of silly to just sue someone for saying something mean about you. You have to have standing, meaning that if you see your neighbor's car get hit on the street, it's up to your neighbor to sue that person for having their car hit. That's not your property. You wouldn't have standing. So all in all, Deavan has a major uphill battle if she thinks that this is going to go anywhere. I would reference the Without a Crystal Ball lawsuit because Katie Joy is being sued by Tati Westbrook for defamation. They already have said that they're estimating that Tati could be spending upwards of $500,000 on legal fees. So that's an incredibly expensive lawsuit. You have to, one, prove that someone said something about you that they know to be false, but they purported it as fact and they put it out to, they call it third parties. So they put it out online or they put it in a publication of some sort. All that I read in the GoFundMe, like, about section, is that this is a GoFundMe, and it's clearly, obviously biased towards Jihoon because it's a GoFundMe for Jihoon. But all in all, the reason why they're raising money is for this international custody battle, and because Deavan has lobbied a lot of allegations against Jihoon, he has a uphill battle to prove his innocence and his competency to co-parent. All of that is what these funds are going towards. Deavan did lob a bunch of these allegations. That's not untrue. So I don't know what in this GoFundMe she is exactly claiming to be defamatory. So I don't know. That just didn't really make a whole lot of sense to me. But when you're using Deavan logic, things just generally don't make a whole lot of sense. We've talked a lot on this channel about the inconsistencies in Deavan's statements, what she's claimed online. She is still maintaining that the truth will come out. She has this documentary coming out, which I think she said on a recent Instagram live is going to be coming out in the next couple of months. So apparently all these allegations that she has made against Jihoon will be corroborated soon. Personally, I think that Deavan was banking on the fact that Jihoon had no resources available to do anything about her leaving Korea and taking Taeyoung and remaining in the United States. I don't know if there was a plan in place for her to return. She did say on her YouTube channel when she did come back to the United States that she was only planning on being here for a month and that she would be returning to film more content, but that with Jihoon for her YouTube channel, and that never happened. So, you know, people have been talking about parental kidnapping and whatnot, and we're not really going to cover any of that. The only thing is that I personally think that Deavan really thought that Jihoon would kind of just leak off into the oblivion, not put up a fight, and she can just go about her new relationship, start revamp her YouTube channel to only include this new person, get involved in his digital lifestyle magazine, and that she could have her cake and eat it too. She doesn't need to, if she lobbies all of these really nasty allegations against Jihoon, I think she thought that people would have a lot of sympathy for her. I think she thought Jihoon wouldn't stand up for himself, and now he is, and I think that that is quite surprising to her. The other thing I wanted to talk about is that when Deavan is claiming that people have slandered her or defamed her, she has made quite a few accusations against former partners and family members, and even TLC. So let's just quickly go down the list. She accused her ex-boyfriend Drusilla's bio father of pretty similar instances of mistreatment of her, not of Drusilla, but so she claimed that that was a really bad and dangerous relationship. As far as I know, he's she hasn't provided any proof online, but he also hasn't sued her for defamation for that. She accused her aunt of trying to kidnap her and sell her into human trafficking. She's just gone on her story. Like, there's been no proof of that. Again, as far as I know, her aunt has not sued her for defamation. She's accused TLC of intentionally filming Drusilla poorly and giving her candy so that she would act more wild than she really is. TLC has not responded to those claims. They have not tried to sue her for defamation for that either. So I would caution Deavan to be careful with what she starts, because it could just come right back around on her if she can't substantiate any of these claims that she's made. I'm not saying she's lying about those. I'm just saying that if she's not offering evidence and someone can say, hey, that's defamatory towards me, and let's say her aunt can't get a job now, or her ex can't get a job now, or let's say somehow TLC can prove they lost viewers based on what she said, then they would have a case. But again, it's still incredibly hard to win defamation cases, and a lot of lawyers simply tell their clients who want to sue for defamation to essentially suck it up, that it goes with the territory, especially with being a public figure. That just raises the bar to a whole nother level with what you have to prove as far as damages and how it hurt you financially. Something that made me laugh was, so on the court or the cease and desist that she sent to Amanda, which was clearly like a form letter you can get off the internet, and people called this out because you can see on the bottom of the response that she wants Amanda to sign and send back to her, it says, this is a standard form, please consult a lawyer before sending this out. Which she obviously did not consult a lawyer, because I don't know any lawyer on the planet that would say, hey, you have something here. Why don't you expend your resources, your money, and your time in pursuing legal action against someone who's trying to help your ex? That would be terrible legal advice, because the case has no legs to stand on. And this just seems to be, Deavan seems to operate in a world where she thinks that if she just says something to people, that she should be believed because she wouldn't lie. I think in general, people want to believe that she wouldn't lie, but they also, if you're saying something that's wild and kind of unbelievable and people ask for backup or receipts or some sort of evidence, and you can't provide any, and you just keep going on and going on and going on and going on, it gets to be pretty ridiculous. I did want to mention 90-Day Yahoo Boy on Instagram actually sent me the cease and desist letter that was filed on January 1st, which was the day after, sorry, my hair is in my mouth. The day after the GoFundMe was validated by the GoFundMe team and was able to start accepting donations, from what I know. So in one day, Deavan experienced a huge loss in wages due to a GoFundMe being started. That doesn't make sense to me. So definitely the reason why I wanted to shout out 90-Day Yahoo Boy is he actually is going to be talking to Jihoon, so we can hear straight from Jihoon, who's going to have a Korean translator. I believe that they're going live on YouTube, on Leida's YouTube channel. I will give you guys all the information for that in the description of this video, so you guys can hear from Jihoon himself, which I think is going to be really important. I always think it's best to hear from straight from the original source. So this is going to be great. Also, if you head to Auntie's Advice, the YouTube channel, she has interviewed, I know at least once, maybe more than once, Amanda, who is the coordinator of the GoFundMe. And you can, if you guys have questions about the GoFundMe, there also is now a lawyer involved, so you can hear from that lawyer as well, I believe. Whether or not you feel like this is a worthy GoFundMe, hey, Amanda has said, like, if you don't want to donate, don't donate. They're asking for small donations of a few dollars. But again, the worthiness of the GoFundMe and the allegations of defamation are separate issues. Deavan does not have a legal, in my opinion, does not have a legal case for defamation with what this GoFundMe is. And I find it quite interesting that she chose to go after this person when there are people like myself who are putting out content that is critical of her, but she's not going after anyone else, including myself, for defamation. And also, please don't, because all of this, like I said, is just my opinion. I really want to know what you guys think of this cease and desist. Like I said at the beginning of this video, I was very surprised to learn that you can actually send your own cease and desist on your own. You don't need a lawyer, but obviously, if you are going to ask someone to stop doing something they're doing, you have to be prepared to back that up. I don't think Deavan is prepared to back that up. I think she thought maybe this letter would just scare Amanda into being quiet, taking down the GoFundMe or something. I don't know. Deavan logic confuses me, to be quite honest. So you guys, what do you think of the cease and desist? Does anyone out there think that Deavan has a valid case for defamation? I would love to hear from you. We will see what happens. Deavan said in a recent Instagram live that in the next couple months, the documentary should be coming out. This should have all the evidence to prove everything she's been saying as accurate. So we will see. Make sure you guys like and subscribe, comment your thoughts below, follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Reality Squad, and I will see you in the next video. Take care, you guys. Have a good one. Bye-bye.